Welcome to Rather Be Rotting, where two sisters who should really be doing something more productive dissect all things reality, TV, and pop culture chaos because no matter what's going on in life, we would always rather be rotting.
Hey,
Hi, Lil.
what up?
It's been a journey to get here to this moment.
We've had maybe an hour of technical difficulties.
My wine glass was full when we were supposed to start. It's
It
empty now. I've stress eaten about 20 peanut butter M&Ms that I found at the bottom of my backpack.
What are those from?
So,
How old are those M&Ms?
we may never know.
I'm jealous. I never thought I'd be jealous of peanut butter M&Ms because I don't like those, but I would eat them right now.
It's like what we need in this moment. It's what I needed in this moment, but we're here and I'm just so happy to see you.
I know. Glad we made it an hour later. Do you have any thoughts of the week off the top? I mean, we've got the fact that the subpoena for Taylor Swift was dropped. That's disappointing.
Yeah, I saw a Daily Mail headline that said something about how Taylor wished she'd never even met Blake. And of course, Daily Mail take it with a grain of salt, but I kind of liked it.
Take it with a grain. I like it too.
I think, I'm disappointed. Someone is still lying here.
Yeah.
Taylor or Blake, either way. If Taylor was her dragon, allegedly, in the court documents. So where is her dragon now? Her dragon is hiding in the cave. So what does that tell us?
Do you think that she's going to be at the AMAs?
I do not.
Do you think we're going to get Reputation Taylor's version that day, Monday?
I'm exhausted. This should have happened a year ago, honestly. And now I'm hearing rumblings on the internet that she might get the chance to buy her masters back again.
I saw that and I'm like, does that mean we're not going to get the re-records?
I
Because that
mean,
doesn't feel fair.
she really blew it by not releasing this sooner.
Well, I
Because
heard I heard that she wasn't releasing it because Blake and Ryan's kid is in the intro for Gorgeous, and once all this started going down, she like wanted to redo that and take the kid out.
Oh, I love that. Is that TikTok?
Of course.
God bless.
I
God
know.
bless. So if that's true, then I mean just cut her out. Who cares?
Well, they'd have to probably re-record the intro
Can they just take that snippet out? Why do they have to re-record it? Just take that one layer of sound off.
because it's iconic. Somebody's gonna have to do it. It's like the
I
whole
think it
thing.
would be amazing if she just cut it and released it without addressing it because then it would just say everything by
Yeah,
saying nothing.
yeah.
Okay, so what else happened? Oh, I watched. So, we might have thought that we closed the book on Oscar season a few months ago, but I just put a bookmark in it. I reopened it. I watched Queer. I watched Baby Girl, which actually Nicole Kidman wasn't nominated for an Oscar. Some might consider it a snub.
Do you consider it a snub?
I do not.
Okay.
I think that she and Demi were running very parallel courses, leading up to award season campaigning. They both talked about the vulnerability that their roles took. They both got naked. But yeah, Demi, that was another level.
I feel as though Demi was robbed, obviously. I mean,
I
that
do too.
I remember watching that movie and I couldn't look away, but I also couldn't look. There was a lot of peeking through my fingers.
And Baby Girl, you can look. I mean, maybe I just expected more sex because of everything I've read about it and all the way she just wouldn't stop talking about it. So, I mean, I guess that can only disappoint you, but the substance, that was everything that she promised us it would be.
So I didn't watch Baby Girl because I said that Sunday was going to be a rot day and then it wasn't. Um, my husband had me picking up a grill off the side of the road that day
Fair fight.
instead. Yeah. So
As he does.
we didn't get around to it. Should I circle back and watch it?
Um, I don't think you need to. The
Okay.
ending was wild, something straight out of a Sex and the City episode. The one where Aiden and big fight in the mud.
Oh God.
It was giving that.
Speaking of Sex in the City, I watched the And Just Like That season 3 trailer, although I will preface this by saying I haven't watched seasons 1 or 2 because I
And
can't bring myself to watch them. It's just I think it's abomination to what Sex in the City was. So I'm still boycotting. And when I watched the trailer, I felt, and I can still continue my boycott.
no, I thought the trailer was very charming.
I guess.
It was very cute. The lighting was warm. There was this like vague, upbeat, empowering song in the background.
Carrie's still screaming in a way that I can't stand.
There were rats, there were cats.
I mean, it's just going to be another season where I ask you to fill me in. I can't do it.
I will, and I'm gonna try to come into it with an open mind. The question is, can I forgive the sins of the show's past? After everything they've done to me, the fingering in the kitchen, the pissing in a Snapple bottle, Che, period. Most specifically, Che's horrific cover of California Girls. Oh, and Killing Big. There's that.
Oh,
Can I forgive?
I didn't care about that. Kill him. I've always hated Big.
Well, I'm Team Big.
I
So
I'm Team Aiden through and through. That
that
doesn't mean I think
devastated
he's
me.
back.
That devastated me so much I had to call mom after it happened because I was crying and I needed to be calmed down.
Did you awake her from a slumber to talk you off the ledge?
No, I didn't. It was probably like 8, and I think you were in New Jersey. Otherwise, you would have been my first call.
Yeah,
So I think the message, the takeaway here is Michael Patrick King, I can forgive, but I won't forget.
that's fair.
And Che is gone, so I'm gonna come into it with an open mind and I will circle back, as they say in
Yes.
the biz.
Circle back and then that's a phrase I hear quite often. So do circle back and if you feel like I can handle it, maybe I'll try.
I will. You can't say you weren't charmed by that trailer.
A little.
I was charmed a lot. I had a
Do you know
smile on my face.
do you know what I did think is Carrie's boobs look saggy a little bit.
Oh, I didn't even notice them.
Yeah, go back and watch. I think they
I mean, she is a woman of a certain age. My goodness, let her
I kn-
live. Let her
she
be.
she has unlimited funds. If you have
I
unlimited
suppose.
funds, do you want your titties on the ground? No.
I mean, I'm fairly certain they weren't on the ground.
You know why? You know why? Because SJP, we love her, but she has been known for going sans bra in a lot of episodes of Sex and the City. She's drawn a lot of attention to those tatas. So, yeah, we're gonna notice when they're looking a little saggy, and it's her own doing.
I'm taking this as a personal attack because I hate don't wear a bra if I can help it.
Well, I'm just jealous.
If I'm going anywhere but work, you can bet your bottom dollar I will not have a bra on. So if that's what my future is, I better start saving my pennies for a boob job now.
She has way bigger boobs than you. Don't flatter yourself.
Yeah, right. No, she doesn't.
Those mosquito bites need to grow before they can touch the ground.
I disagree. Her boobs are not that big, but we can move on to some huge knockers. Kim Kardashian's something else I'm looking forward to, but that's not coming until the fall. All's Fair, her new legal drama, Ryan Murphy.
I had no idea this was in the works, and I'm so excited. I thought it looked so good.
You should be ashamed of
I
yourself,
am.
A.
I
You're
am.
lucky to have me. I agree. Obviously, I think it looks so good. And I think that, we know that I believe she was robbed when she didn't get an Emmy nomination for her role in American Horror Story. I think that was a huge snub. I think this is going to be the one. I really do. She struts, she straddles a man, she ugly cries, she injects herself with some sort of shot in a toilet stall, she gives menacing stares.
She has a flippy haircut.
Does have a flippy haircut. How could I forget?
I'm so excited about this.
Halle Berry was supposed to be in the show, but she had a scheduling conflict.
Doing what on earth is she doing these days?
Making movies for Netflix and stuff with Mark Wahlberg. I think the truth is that she was scared to act alongside the powerhouse that is Kim K.
Sure.
She
Okay.
was intimidated. I really do believe.
Sure, sure, sure.
So that's coming in the fall. We've got a while, but the trailer was delightful. Sarah Paulson, Niecy Nash, Glenn Close.
It's jam-packed, star-studded, and I will be seated and sat to watch.
You know, Ryan Murphy, I can't do most of the American Horror Stories. I did Dr. Odyssey because my man Joshua Jackson was in it. And, I don't I don't think that cruise is gonna sail for season two. And if it I really don't. It's unclear. And if it does set sail, I don't think I'm gonna be on board. I don't think I can take that cruise this time.
Well, that's okay. You don't need to
You-
board the cruise.
Okay.
It's fine.
You want to talk Bravo?
I do. I
You have anything
do.
else?
Yeah, there's a new show on Netflix called Sirens that I have on my list.
Oh, it's on my list too.
Haven't started it yet. And then I will also say, to our many listeners, I haven't started Secret Lives of Mormon Wives season 2 yet, but I'm going to. So
I'm gonna take that journey as well.
I need to carve out a little time this long weekend and see how far I can get into that.
I need to finish season one, so I have my
Oh,
work cut out for me.
oh, okay.
You know, I did abandon it
Oh,
regretfully because it looks like things are really picking up steam in
hmm.
season two. I'm hearing a lot.
Yeah. So that's coming. Those are my thoughts kind
We'll
of
circle back. We'll circle back
this week.
again. A
Yeah.
couple things to circle back on. We'll put pins in them.
One more thing, I do recommend this show called The Residents on Netflix with what's her name from Orange is the New Black. Her name is not coming to me.
Uzo Aduba.
Yes, she's fantastic in it. It's very interesting. There's me and my husband are one episode away from finishing it, but the last episode is a full hour and a half. And
It's like severance status.
as you
Jesus.
know, we're right in the middle of hockey playoffs, so God forbid we watch literally anything else um till that's done. So recommend that.
All right, noted.
Okay, I took notes today. Um, the only Bravo show I took notes on though was Love Hotel. So
Well, do you want to start there then?
no, I actually want to start with Atlanta
Okay.
because I had a few main thoughts coming out of Atlanta. Number one, just jumping right to the scenes from next week, we are going to get Phaedra next week.
Which I'm
So
excited about.
super excited. Love Phaedra. I had a few takeaways. The main one, when they were in the bowling alley, Portia's ass is just so magnificent. Looking at it in all its glory, I couldn't tear my eyes off the screen. Like, I know we went on a rant about their titties last week, but like her ass is just, I don't even have the words to describe it.
It's like two globes, two
Two
half
globes.
globes, two
Yeah,
halves of a globe, two halves make a whole.
it's really a sight to behold. So that was the first thing. And then the second thing is as she was bowling, I was looking at her hands, and as a woman who loves a set of Gel X nails, I like a short almond. When I go to get my nails done, I ask for almond short. And they're still long in my life, like to me, but they're short in comparison. And I struggle to go bowling because our dad loves to bowl. And so when we see our parents, we like go bowling. And if I have a good set on, I struggle with my nails. So as I was watching Portia attempt to bowl with nails at least 3 times the length of mine, I simply thought to myself, how on earth? How on earth?
Was she doing it in earnest? I'm not gonna lie, the bowling scene didn't stick with me.
I'm shocked because that stuck with me the most.
Was she genuinely holding the ball in an official way? Was she knocking down pins?
Yes. Yes. Pins were being
Well,
knocked.
I mean, it goes back to the question of how do you wipe your butt, which Cynthia Erivo said that's an ignorant question. I'm sorry. That wasn't an answer.
I would love to know. I have the same curiosity. And I also loved Angela asking multiple times for bumpers because I am another adult who wants bumpers when I'm bowling. And I feel like people who shit on us are rude. It's not fun to go bowling when you don't hit any pins. So some of us
Yes, it
like to,
is. It's about socializing anyway. Who's really there to like win the bowling championship? No one. We're not in a league.
I mean, tell that to dad literally every single time we go bowling.
Yeah, because he's a true athlete. We know that we're not. We're there for a different reason,
He
much to
doesn't
his dismay.
he does not want you to socialize. Matter of fact, he would prefer you shut the fuck up and bowl as fast as possible so we could get as many games in as humanly possible in the allotted time span. So, case in point.
Sorry, Pops.
I thought it was nice when they were bowling. The other thing I noticed at the lunch meetup with Shamia and Portia is her dress. She did address it at the end of it, thankfully, but like before she said anything, I'm like, the bottom of her dress just will not stay put. It won't stay together. Her hoo-ha was to be exposed any second because her dress, the bottom, just the buttons kept popping open, like all the way
I
up to the hoo-ha.
I did not notice because Shamia's ass was fully exposed in those jeans. They had
Those
slits for both ass cheeks.
Those pants were like it was like jeans that were chaps almost. It felt like
Huge ass cheek holes. And
so
it's
crazy.
you're coming to this serious dinner to talk to about your friend about this huge fight you're having. How can anyone take it seriously when you show up with your ass out?
Those pants were
Ouch.
those pants were wild.
What did you think about their dinner or maybe lunch? Unclear.
I gotta say, I'm Team Shamia here. Like, I understand that Portia's going through some shit, but you can't be a shitty friend. It's like that situation where somebody's telling you that they feel something about a way that you've made them feel, and you just get defensive. It was sitting there watching her get really defensive when Shamia was completely valid to be like, I'm just trying to express my feelings to you. Like, you hurt my feelings, and even though you're going through shit, like, we are friends and I should be allowed to tell you, like, you've upset me. So, yeah, I was really Team
Well,
Shamia.
I think the issue is more that they were like confronting each other about putting their grievances on camera. Like Shamia told other people on camera that Portia hurt her before going straight to Portia. And then Portia calling Shamia out on camera at that party where they were all in their panties. Like, you know what I mean? So I think that that seemed to be a problem for them, but that's got to go. Like, that's not a valid argument because you signed up for to be on a reality show.
Yeah, I don't think Portia can be mad about that. She's not new to this.
No. And maybe she's new. And I think I saw Shamia on Watch What Happens Live, and she said like, or no, maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was on the show, but she said something about how I've never been a peach holder, so I've never been able to open up like this. So maybe Portia, this is like a new me, and it might affect her, and she's just gonna have to live with it.
Yeah. Another takeaway. I think that Angela's husband, I forget his name. I know he's like famous athlete, but I can't remember his name.
Charles Oakley.
Yeah, I think he hates her.
But
That
why?
that man hates his wife.
I think I couldn't tell because she was trying to laugh it off.
You know how I know is because I have been in this exact situation where I can tell that this dude is just annoyed with me and isn't being, a loving partner in any capacity. And I'm just gonna pretend like it's so funny. It's not though. Like I can see
That
right
makes
through
me
it.
sad.
It is sad for Angela. I just feel like I can see right, like it could be that he hates her. It could also be that he just like doesn't want to be put
On
in the
camera.
yeah, on camera, put in the situations where producers like, okay, you're gonna talk about this thing. Like he might just think like that's stupid. But if that's the case, then it's not coming across very well to me. And like, then why did you let your partner sign up for it? Because like they all know these husbands know they're part of the equation.
I think we need to give him the benefit of the doubt, at least for now, because I think that option B is more likely. At least that's what I want to believe.
I want to believe it too, but man,
He probably told her, yes, do what you want to do. It'll keep you busy, And he's just showing up where he's told to show up.
it'll keep you busy because I can't stand to be around you anymore because I hate your guts.
But why would he hate her?
I don't know. I
What
don't
did
know.
you I have to say, and I I don't want to hate on mom and dad anymore, but Angela buying her parents a house or buying her mom a house and then her mom saying no thank you is like a larger scale version of what our parents do. Like if we were rich and we bought them a house, they would also say no thank you. Can I return it for cash? Like
Hundo P. Hundo P. Oh my God, they would definitely do that. Yeah.
that made me laugh. Oh, and then one other observation was on Watch What Happens Live, Kelly was on and she was wearing this red dress that was, and I'm only bringing it up because we did go on the missive about the boobs last time and the areola. Areola was out on Watch What Happens Live. They had to blur it.
Oh shit.
They blurred it for a whole block and then they went to break. And then when they came back, her hair was draped over it
Wow.
because it was out. It was like all the way out.
So I guess as our musings were proven correct
We
that
were foreshadowing, is what we were
yeah,
doing.
yeah. Wow. Speaking of areola being fuzzed out, did you have any more thoughts on Atlanta?
No.
I didn't either.
You caught that too, that little nugget on Love Hotel?
No.
That's not what you're talking about? What are you talking
No.
about?
Okay, pin in that, because there's another. I'm gonna lead a few segues here. So, like, first of all, Summer House finale happened, and we got to see Lindsay Hubbard and her new baby Gemma, and we got to watch her breastfeed or pump milk while Paige talked about her breakup from Craig Conover, and so they blurred. Like you can't see anything in the pump bra, and like I've had friends who have newborns, and I've seen those pump bras live and in action. You can't see anything, but they blurred it anyway. So I'm like, how dark is Lindsay's areola that they still have to blur it
Oh my God,
out?
your analysis. Maybe it was a see-through one.
It wasn't. But the funniest part is that she poured a shot of her breast milk for Amanda and Paige to try, and they both thought it was like delicious.
Oh
So,
my God, can I try yours?
of
If
course,
when you have a baby?
of course you can. I'm definitely gonna try it.
I think I'll try it.
So that was interesting. And the Paige conversation about Craig wasn't anything surprising. I just think that Craig's a little bitch and Team Paige. But the craziest thing coming out of Summer House, and I can't believe we didn't come off the top with this, is that Jesse Solomon hooked up with Erica Jane.
Yeah, right.
No, dude, that's everywhere. You didn't see that today?
No.
It's everywhere.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Who confirmed it?
Let me give it a quick googs.
Well, I mean, did either of them say it?
I can't remember, but it
She
was
seems like too much woman for him.
so I think you're right, but I also think that like she likes it for a hookup. People
Well,
magazine is saying Erica Jane and Jesse Solomon hooked up after Watch What Happens live appearance last week.
sources say.
Um, a source.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah,
A
I guess
source.
I could see it as like a one-time thing. Like,
Totally.
but yeah, don't you think like I think that she probably didn't enjoy it except for like the clout that it gave her because he's so relevant right now and she's not in the conversation right now because it's her off season.
Yeah, they both stand to gain something from it, I think, because obviously we're sitting here talking about it. So
So you don't think that they're going to go the distance?
something's telling me they're not.
Well, and you know what sucks is they filmed these reunions too soon because now Andy can't even ask him about it.
No, but I'm sure it'll come up on the next season of Beverly Hills, hopefully.
Well, they gotta give us something because that show,
I liked last season.
I didn't.
Oh, I'm
Which
shocked.
reminds me though of we forgot someone crucial to cast for Love Hotel next season with our casting Sutton.
Oh my God.
She should be the number one person.
That would be so good.
Ashley said it on Watch What Happens Live, and I was like, oh, of course, Sutton.
Of course. Whose areola was out on Love Hotel?
So, like they do a montage at the beginning of the episode, everyone waking up. They got Lou and Shannon shuffling in their bathrobes, and Giselle. In between all that, Ashley just sitting naked on her balcony, completely naked. It was like a five, like a 1 second shot, just like a little nugget for those of us who are really paying attention.
Well, you know that's not me, so it's no wonder I missed it.
It's like a Bravo saying, "Thank you for not having your phone out."
Yeah, well, then I wasn't the target audience for that, but she's never shy about that kind of stuff. My main thoughts from Love Hotel, there was a moment where Luann said about her man, James, quote, "He's on me like white rice." and I'm not mad at it.
I knew you were gonna say something about that.
And I thought to myself, first of all, the saying is wrong. It's white on rice. Second of all, is that racist and should we even be saying it at all?
I was thinking, like, what does that term even mean? I don't want to sound stupid, but I don't understand white on rice. I never have.
I'm not clear either, but it feels wrong. Something about it feels wrong to you, so I
I just
think we
don't
should.
get it. I don't want to, I just don't understand. I mean, I know like what it means in the context, but where did it originate? Like what? That guy, their date was a snooze fest until he started talking about how his dad had a giant peen, and I woke the hell up.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And so did she. She's like,
She
oh.
she perked right up. She'd never been more invested in her life. She was
And
like, we can cuddle now.
they're both singers. I think that this might be a love story for our
I
time.
think it might be.
I think he's just a strummer with a giant peen who just has a song in his heart
What did he call it?
and a bulge in his pants, as big
A
as a baby's arm.
big as a baby's arm. That was it. Oh my God, I was so dead.
Ralph, I'm attracted.
Oh, what a shock. What a surprise.
I have completely turned on Ralph from not understanding it to, with the exception of his necklaces, like the way he moved in to kiss her, like all their kissing really. And you know what? She said on Watch What Happens Live that Wale is a better kisser. But I did not see that. I am very into Ralph.
You are sick.
Are you not?
No, he's an old man.
How old do you think Ralph is?
He's in his 60s.
No.
No, he's literally in his 60s.
I'm gonna look this up.
I promise you, because she said it. She said he is in his 60s.
While I look this up, tell me, who do you think is she gonna give her key to, Wale or Ralph?
Probably Wale, because I think somebody else will end up keeping Ralph around. And I also want to call out Adam, who was on the date with Shannon, was wearing a really disgusting scarf that looked like a towel from the hotel that he draped around his neck at some
He
point.
he also wore a vest.
Yeah.
They were real that day I wore a vest.
You can't wear a scarf and a vest. Like, what are we doing
Okay,
here?
Ralph is 62.
As I said,
A ripe 62.
that man could be your dad.
But he's not.
Sick.
Okay.
Um, sick. And then my only other thought is I can't believe they left us on a cliffhanger.
I know, but yeah, what do you think is in that envelope?
A check? I don't know. It seemed like she was like, "Here's your parting gift." Like,
I hope.
I know you're poor.
Is he poor?
I don't think he's like
Earl the
super well
Pearl?
off. No.
He, their energy, they are both just wound so tight. It's like, it's hard to look at them. Especially together, they're just these balls of like negative energy.
Yeah, it's like I'm a pretty anxious person and one time I had a boss who was also really anxious and it was I just thought every time we met like this is the worst. We both leave these meetings convincing each other we're gonna get fired. It's like that,
Totally.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And he triggered me. I know he triggered you, yes, last week. Or Shannon triggered you actually last week when she got on him about not eating vegetables. This week she got on him for not remembering something that she told him. And as someone who has a terrible memory, I was definitely triggered. And it was a
Yeah.
personal attack.
Well, Shannon is just she's set in her way. She's not like the easiest person. So she needs a
I'm
dude
beginning to
that's
sense that.
yeah. She's that's the thing. She's gonna be a tough one to find a mate for because she can rub people the wrong way.
She just needs someone so laid back who can just brush off everything she does.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's not a big deal. Like, everything's fine.
Yeah, definitely. What else were your thoughts from this episode?
I didn't really have any.
Oh,
And did you?
not more than what I said. I just feel like I was into it this week.
Yeah, I was into it too, but you know what I really was not into this week?
What?
The Valley.
Me neither. Like
What a
for
boring episode. What a filler episode. And even the return of Sheena Shea couldn't save it. Were you happy to see her? I was happy to see her.
yeah, of course. And I found myself wondering how much she was getting paid, and then I thought, probably nothing because if anybody's gonna work for free on Bravo, it's Sheena Shea.
Hundo P, and also I felt like she would have given, I'm like, is she not giving enough because she's not getting paid? But then, I think she did the best with the material she was given.
Yeah.
She wasn't given a lot, which is on Bravo.
I feel bad for Nia. I feel like they just made such a big deal. Who was it that when they were talking about it was like, who cares if he
It
was
was Luke.
drunk?
It was Luke. He's like, he
Right.
got drunk and fell asleep.
Yeah.
Who
Like I
cares?
that's how I felt about it. I'm like, why are we dragging this out? This is so
Yeah,
so
this is turning
stupid.
into a Beverly Hills drama that's not a drama.
What did you think of Kristen and Luke's house?
Oh, I was gonna ask you that too. I like an open floor plan. I don't like a separate kitchen, but I know you do.
I really liked it.
I couldn't tell like if can we take a wall down? I couldn't really tell, from my assessment, but hopefully we'll see more. I did like it overall. I like the pool. There was some wall with like mid-century modern like holes in it.
I liked it.
Me too.
Um, they can't take any walls down, they're renting, which is why I was surprised they had painters come in to do the fireplace. I'm like, you're renting? That's crazy.
I thought they bought that house.
No, she said we're still renting.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah.
Oh, so you know what? Congratulations are in order because a move is a move.
Yeah, I felt so the house that we're in now is the first like house that we've rented, and I definitely feel it's a step up, you know. So
Hmm.
I'm happy for them. I do want to know where it is.
I can investigate.
Yeah, if we could find out, that'd be great.
Anyway, shall we move on to the TLC world where we're really in the muck?
Yeah,
I'm loving this season, honestly. I'm thrilled. I'm just thrilled. Any way you slice it.
it's a good season. I have my first notes are on Sarper and Shekinah. Sarper in my phone autocorrected to sober. So
Okay.
when I reopened my notes app, I thought, why did I write sober Shekinah?
What you got?
The wig was still with us. So,
She doubled down on that wig. I was a
sh
little surprised, and guess what? Scenes for next week, she's tripling down on the wig.
yeah, she really likes that wig. I wonder how much she spent on it.
Did not look like a lot.
No, no. So that house,
The castle.
that man does not own that castle.
How do you know? What does he do for a living? We really don't know.
I Googled that house.
And
It's like an event space. You can rent it for $200 an hour with a minimum of 6 hours.
are you sure it looked like a house?
No, well, it's a house, but it's a rental. Like,
No way. Oh my
swear.
gosh. Cover blown. Dan's cover blown.
It's called Mulholland Castle, if you would like to Google it yourself.
Someday I will.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
So
I would totally bought in. I was like, oh, what does he do that he can afford this castle?
no, I took one look at that and was like, ain't no way.
Oh my God. Good job, Will.
I love how he walks down the hill and he just goes, cool house.
I didn't have a lot of thoughts about them at all, other than that Dan and Sarper's sexual chemistry is 100 times better than Sarper and Shekinah's sexual chemistry. I mean, Dan telling him that he's a bad boy, it's like they're fighting and they're about to make out. Like I honestly felt like I was watching the start of a porn.
Hundo P. Hundo P. Yeah, that was just a lot of bad acting in
Yeah,
one
the
place.
phoniness was getting to me, and I know this is all fake. I know that, but I don't like it when I can see it right there on the surface.
Yeah. Yeah,
It takes me out of it.
that bothers me.
I can only suspend my disbelief so much.
Yeah, that was my only thought on them was I loved him saying cool house.
Yeah.
Just real
Yeah.
good.
They didn't give us that much.
No. Stevie and Maddie, so
Again, too fake when I can see through it. It's just I started with how much we loved this episode. This is the second time that I'm like strike two, it's too fake, too overproduced.
yeah. I have written in all caps tassel titties.
The tassels were strong enough to see over the blur. The nips were blurred, but the tassels prevailed. They made it through the blur.
Yeah. I will say for what it's worth, like I'm sure that it is incredibly overwhelming for Maddie. Like all of this is probably a lot. And I think he's kind of coming across as like a little bit homophobic and like
No, I don't think that.
I
It's a
do.
cultural thing.
Well, I know that, but he's just
It's all he
saying
knows.
Right. So that's my point. Like he's coming across like he feels strongly about these things, but I think as time goes on in America, he's going to be more open-minded than he is now. Like I think because he said a few weeks ago like, "Oh, homosexuality is wrong. I don't believe in it." Like I think that will change as time progresses because he's already pretty open-minded and he even apologized for his reaction to whoever the friend is.
Claire.
Yeah, Claire for his reaction about the
I liked
painting.
that.
Me too. I think he's really sweet.
I do too, but I mean, I will say the whole burlesque thing is all production. Let's put him in a spot where he's going to be uncomfortable. Let's have his friend sitting right next to Claire, the girl who caused the controversial Claire. And then also like that guy, he literally seems like they pulled him from an improv, like a local community improv group.
You're so right.
Like talk about the fake, production set this up. They hired this man. Like, can you act like an angry friend? And we've seen enough, you know? I mean,
Yeah, we've seen enough.
yeah, like he has never seen Maddie in his life
No, no.
before before this.
I did think it was odd that she said there are some things in his paperwork that are making us get married sooner. I thought it was a cost thing.
Well, maybe it's the cost of the paperwork.
Oh, I don't get
That's
it.
what I thought. I would just like to say that there was one of their friends who they were talking about going to the burlesque show and she said, "You only YOLO once." And I just felt bad for her because she probably like told all her friends and family to watch her and I don't know.
Oh,
In the 5 second, the one line she got, she totally messed it up. So I
she
felt
blew
really
it.
bad for her. Yeah, she blew
She
it.
blew it.
And then did you see the preview for next week? He's crying and saying he made a mistake.
Listen, every single time this happens, it is a classic Matt Sharp fake out. I'm not gonna get my hopes up or worked up over it in any capacity.
They got me.
Hook, line, and sinker, you're a sucker.
I call it what you want. That looked real. Those tears looked real.
Well, the tears looked real. I'm sure he is upset or crying about something, but they love to splice and dice words to like the previous episode, the preview showed Mina crying in her dress thinking that it wasn't gonna fit,
Okay,
but
well that
like
we all could see coming. That it was
it,
just going to be tears of happy emotion.
it's always something like that.
Do you want to just like go over the throuple really quick because they
Stupid, stupid, stupid.
I'm just confused about everything. And this is why I stopped watching the show Lost because they kept introducing new mysteries and never solving the old ones. It's just too much, like I have all the same questions. I have more questions. And I think I came to like a really big realization. Like we thought this was all fake.
hmm
But if it were fake, don't you think it would be a more clean, crisp, sharp storyline instead of this confusing web?
I don't know. I mean, they're such bad actors, the couple, you know.
Maybe they are faking and they're just too stupid to put together a cohesive storyline. But then wouldn't TLC step in?
No, they've let all kinds of idiots that are bad actors come upon our screen. I don't know. I don't honestly like I don't know what to make of it. And the problem that TLC has is that I don't care enough to try to make anything of it. Like that's the issue. It's too confusing and I don't even care to speculate that much because it's just so stupid. Like all of it.
But they don't care that you don't care because as soon as you get like you've reached your limit with them, they give you Joan and the Bread Boy and then all is well.
I have a lot of feelings about the way that that went down with Joan and Lucille.
Let's hear it.
I think that Joan was wrong. I think she was mean. I think she was mean. I
I
understand.
agree. I agree.
I understand maybe wanting her family to see the dress first, but I think that there could have easily been a compromise made there. Like she could have had them on the screen and then shown them and then had Lucille come in to see like 5 minutes after.
I agree. And maybe she doesn't know, like, culturally, that that's just what you do. Could that be it?
No, because she obviously knows it's a special moment because she said it's a special moment. I want it just with my family. Like it's
And
completely
especially after, like, Lucille is gonna pay for their wedding.
exactly. It's completely disregarding. If you say you're grateful for her help, like this is a good way to show that. It doesn't cost you anything. It's just simply including her. Like when I was getting married and getting my wedding dress, I very much wanted my mother-in-law involved because I wanted her to feel like she was a part of it. Like, especially someone who may not have daughters. Like, I don't know that Lucille has daughters. She might, but if she doesn't,
She might never experience this again.
yeah,
It's heartbreaking. And I'm not Lucille's biggest fan, but
no,
she
she's
doesn't
nuts.
deserve this. She doesn't deserve this. Justice
No.
for Lucille.
Justice for Lucille just for this episode.
But I will say that it could be because Joan's culture, like, she doesn't understand how serious it is.
I don't know. I think the fact that she deliberately opted to exclude her does show how serious it is.
I mean, Lucille did take it in stride though, and talked about payback. What do you think it's gonna be? I think it's gonna be like fattening her up, like putting butter in everything, just like sticks of butter so she can't fit into her dress.
If she's any good Italian mother, that's already happening. So, no, I think that the payback might be making her do more house chores.
Just
We'll see.
never leaving the house so they
Just
can
never
never have
leaving.
sex.
Just never leaving, being there forever. See, there's a couple things that have happened that I felt like Joan was just like kind of mean, and I don't know what the deal is with that.
Well, it looks like they make amends by next week because they're sitting next to each other at the strip club, admiring the naked women.
Can you
So
imagine?
something, Joan's next to Lucille and she's shouting at the stripper, "You're killing it!"
Can you imagine bringing your partner's mother to a strip club?
No,
Just
I would rather stick forks in my eyes, honestly, because it would be so uncomfortable. What
I'm
about
trying
you?
I'm trying to imagine my mother-in-law at the strip club, and honestly,
Honestly, I think it might be fun.
it might not be the worst time.
I would go with your mother-in-law for sure.
That'd be so funny. Maybe we should do it. Probably
It's a
not.
date. By
Probably
next
not.
week, that's your assignment.
Probably not gonna do that.
You want to save the best for last and talk about Mark and Aaliyah.
Do you mean Sean and Aaliyah? The names really just don't stick for you.
Is there a Mark?
Yes, Mark and Mina.
Oh, okay.
Your
You know
version
what?
of the best.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know Bread Boy's name either.
Greg.
Okay. I think what are the names of the ones that weren't in this episode that have all the kids?
Juan and Jessica.
You're good.
I know. That's why I won a Sex and the City trivia because I pulled Steve's girlfriend's name that was mentioned one time and we got first place.
This is why my bad memory when Shannon brought that up was triggering. Okay, so Sean was wearing a blinged out King of Spades shirt.
He was. It's possible he's had it from the old Ed Hardy days in the early 2000s.
It was giving Ed Hardy to me as well. But like you're gonna be on camera, you really but he does look like one to like keep crap
No, yeah, he's a hoarder for
to
sure.
save relics, Like maybe he saw like a really good Barbara Streisand movie when he was wearing that,
Or
you
he
know.
just still likes it. Simply, it's still his style.
Aaliyah needs to help him.
I
It's
really
a sad
related.
sitch.
I really related to her in a way, because he took her rollerblading and she said she wanted to rot on the beach. She's
She
one of us.
did.
She's one
She
of us.
did. 1 hour on the back, 1 hour on the front.
1 hour on the back, 1 hour on the front. And I was like, yes, yes, I want to ride on the beach as well. Slightly different because I've
Shay.
got SPF 70 and an umbrella,
Yeah,
but
you need to rot with your ugly beach visor,
my beach visor that is my favorite hat.
your cover up.
Yeah, but that's okay because it's only a few inches to the sun from where I'm covered, so we can still hang out, you know?
Yeah, totally. And we do.
So it's perfect, but I like her would not have wanted to rollerblade and he didn't help her at all.
No, it's just a really sad situation overall.
Yeah, it's sad to watch them because I can see really both sides how like
Me too.
he got into this relationship with the man and was really into it and he's allowed to be attracted to men and not want to be dating a woman. Like that's allowed and but she's also allowed to live her true life. I think they finally started to have some real conversations about their boundaries towards the end of the episode, which needs to happen. And of
Hmm.
course we
He
saw in
told her
the
the truth.
yeah, and of course we saw in the preview that she runs out on the wedding. So we don't know what happens from there. But
I thought
like,
he ran out on the wedding.
no, I think she does.
I thought she was like crying and stuff.
I think she's crying as she like runs away, runaway
Well, and
bride.
also that he said that she wasn't comfortable being intimate with him.
No, they're
The
not
truth
having.
is he is uncomfortable being intimate with her. By the way, he doesn't need to tell her how to say anything if he can't, use proper
I
pronunciation.
know he spends a lot of time making fun of her and correcting her mistakes with her accent when he can't even say
He
intimate.
misses he misses a letter every once in a while. But I mean, I guess who amongst?
Intimate.
Intimate, threatening.
Threatening.
Michelle from the Valley should meet Sean from
Yeah.
90 Day Fiancé.
Well,
And
they both live in LA, so
he could intimately threaten her.
yeah, he could.
Intimately.
So, I mean, I don't know. I just think I wonder, part of me wonders if this is like some sort of arrangement that they're just kind of faking for the cameras where they know they're not going to stay together, but they
Yeah,
still like each other and they're friends, so he's going to get her to the US and
I wondered that too. Like she has such a future ahead of her that
hmm
him telling her the truth isn't going to stop her because she's young.
And if that's
And
the case, I wouldn't even be mad at it.
no.
I don't necessarily need to see. I would be mad that it's on my TV when we could have seen a real couple, but like
Mhm.
I wouldn't be mad that that's an arrangement that two people are working out.
Coming to. And I do like her, and I'm glad that we met her.
I
She's
love her mom
endearing.
also.
Her mom is everything.
Her mom is everything to me. When she was showing off her fake muscles, saying she was going to
Yes, it was
take
so
people down.
cute.
And
And
I love that she said, "How does Sean feel about all of this?" Like the only person to say the right thing, you should be taking, if this is your partner, you should be taking their feelings into account too.
yeah, but she has to be her. And if his feelings don't align, she still has to do what she's gonna do.
Well, yeah, but they need to break up.
But I worry because I think she needs the support of her mom because this is such a terrifying, hard thing to do to undergo these complex surgeries. She needs the support of her mom if she does get the green card and stays here and works with that wonderful doctor. I think somehow she needs to get her mom here to be with her to take care of her.
Well, this is the other thing. Who's going to pay for it?
Sean,
It's another
he's
reason,
rich.
another reason they have to get married. They're only West Hollywood Hills rich. They're not Beverly Hills rich.
Oh yes. I mean, to me, all of it's rich.
Those
It's
are two different levels of rich.
they're both up pretty high to me.
Both way above us, but two different levels nonetheless. Mark and Mina.
Yes. Love. Obsessed with them. They're everything to me.
The sisters' relationship reminded me of us.
Me too. And it was exactly the same. Like one girl is stays where she is. The other sister is torn away from her sister by a man who decided to move to a whole nother land. He doesn't listen to this, right?
You probably will give it a listen, but
Okay, cut
whatever.
this out. Cut this part out.
I'm not cutting it out.
But I mean, truly, like we're both torn apart by a man.
We weren't torn apart by a man. We were torn apart by my job, let's be clear.
That's your narrative.
Yeah, and also when the producer asked her sister Alex if she could ever live in New Hampshire, she immediately was like, "No, never. Nope.
Mina can't even live in New Hampshire.
I couldn't live there."
Okay, what about the part where Amina said that her sister would help her dispose of a body? I'm pretty sure I've asked you and you've said no, right?
No, I'll help you.
You would?
It'll eat me alive. I don't know how much help I would be, honestly, but
I
I'll
was thinking
try.
the same thing. I don't know if I'm capable, and I have like a couple caveats. Like, would our if we worked together and we were found out, would our prison cells be next to each other? Can we call and arrange to have prison cells next to each other?
Adjoining cells.
Yeah, adjoining cells. Because I feel like people are very productive in prison. They get in shape, they get like 10 degrees. Like we could like, we would come out with like the best bods and like 10 degrees and we could like get paid for speaking engagements. So I think that, we really,
Maybe if we went to jail and had adjoining cells, people would actually listen to this podcast. I like that Mina needed to clarify that they haven't killed a person.
she is so cute. And now that I know she has a sister like that, I love her even more.
She's really growing on me. I thought that the whole scene of them trying on her dress and her sister Alex presenting the necklace and some earrings that
Wild.
I'm not
Statement
sure
earrings.
not sure I support.
The earrings
Um,
were statement earrings for sure.
the earrings were a choice. But if they were her mom's earrings, then obviously like I get it.
Oh, is
If
that what they were?
I'm not sure. If they were, then they're great. If they aren't, lose them. Um,
Immediately.
immediately. And then the little locket charm that goes on her bouquet with the locket of her parents was really sweet.
Has her dad passed as
It
well as her mom?
That's the vibe I got. I'm not sure if we ever were explicitly told, but that's the vibe I got.
It's just so sad, and it's just so sad. Her and Joan really both that they have to get married without their families. That's got to be so hard.
Yeah. Although I think Mina's sister she's going to be in attendance.
Thank God.
It's easier to get to America for visits from Paris
Yeah. Uganda.
than Uganda,
Did you
apparently.
notice when, back to Joan, when she came out in her dress and her sister was watching on FaceTime, her compliment, the first words out of her mouth were, "You're so smart and so pretty." I kind of loved that.
I I did that did give me pause to be like, is this the time to compliment her intelligence? I'm not sure.
Maybe the dress just made her look really smart. Something about those lace sleeves.
Something about that twerking.
Oh yeah, the twerking. Oh my gosh. And it's funny she talks about wanting to twerk with the most like even-keeled straight face.
Yeah.
There's like nothing there, but she's like saying the funniest things. It's so weird.
Yeah, I want my dress to look good when I twerk.
Let's see. Anything else?
I
Any
did
other thoughts?
I
Final
did
thoughts?
I did wonder when they took Alex to the house in New Hampshire. She said she was afraid of the flies. How many flies are there in New Hampshire? I've never been, but like
Well, if you're
there
out in the evening in the summer, the mosquitoes, the fruit fly, like even here in LA, like the mosquitoes and the fruit flies when you're taking a walk, those like herds of fruit flies or
they have
whatever they are that are in the
the
swarms.
gnats. They have a lot
The
of those
gnats,
here
that's what they are.
in
Yeah, the
Jersey too.
gnats.
Yeah. Well, because then I was like, are there just like not bugs in Paris? And I've never been to Paris either, but I've been to London a number of times, and I don't really recall seeing a lot of bugs, actually.
So maybe
Maybe
there aren't any.
maybe bugs are a new experience for them.
Yeah, maybe there's not a bug. That's just like why Europe, reason 700 million why Europe is better.
Truly.
Zero bugs.
Add it to the list.
I don't remember ever seeing a bug in Italy. I'm sure I didn't, not a one.
I don't know. I don't know.
So did you get to catch up on any 90-day diaries?
Uh, no.
I can tell you a couple things.
Okay.
Well, in the 90-day universe, we now have two comedians in our midst, in our universe. Sarper, obviously, and any guesses?
No.
You're gonna die. Clayton. Clayton and Annalie have moved to Tulsa, Oklahoma, a new house. He made a little joke with his closet under the stairs. And so, like, oh, this is where my mom lives. Haha, just kidding. She doesn't live with us anymore. He gave us a little guinea pig update, zoomed in on the poop pellets. That was lovely. But the biggest update is that he was really focusing on his passion, which is comedy.
Does he make guinea pig noises in his
Not
set?
He did not in his set. He practices in a room with padded walls that Annalie says looks like an asylum.
Yep.
And he's like, I have a bar stool, which is pretty common in comedy clubs. So he knows his stuff. And then he got booked for his first headlining gig in Ohio, so he was really nervous. And this gig, there was not a stage, there was not a backdrop. He just stood in front of like it seemed to be at a brewery, and he just stood in front of a big vat of beer and some dartboards. And his comedy, how can I explain this? So at first, no one laughed of a crowd of what sounded about five people.
Oh
And
no.
Annalie even pointed out that there was no laughter. Eventually, he did get a couple laughs. Like, were his jokes funny? They were like maybe like a three.
Was he funnier than Sarper?
Yes.
That's
But that's
great.
not fair because Sarper isn't as comfortable with the English language as Clayton.
I don't know. Sarper seems pretty comfy.
I think Clayton could improve, but like nothing about him said comedy before yesterday when I watched this.
If anybody should be telling jokes, it's Manuel. Why mommy in closet?
Manuel and Ashley are not doing well. She doesn't even know if she wants to be in this marriage because he doesn't care about her, but
Oh,
he doesn't care about her and her workout competitions, but he says she doesn't care about him because he doesn't want her to have muscles. So I don't know. We left things unclear. We'll see where that goes. We got some Liz and Big Ed separately.
oh God.
Liz told a very disturbing story about how she and Big Ed had sex in a sauna for a couple hours and she got a UTI.
I'm gonna barf.
That man had to have some serious drugs to be able to have sex for a couple hours. And I'm surprised he didn't have a heart attack in a sauna. That's a heart attack waiting to happen. That's a deadly combination.
Yeah, like so when we were in Mexico, we went to
If you're
this.
gonna say you had sex in a sauna, that is TMI.
No, quite the opposite. Like the beginning of the session, you sit in a sauna and then you get in a cold plunge right after, but you sit in the sauna for like 8 minutes. Dude, I could not make it past 5. I was like, I'm going to pass away. I can't do anything in here except think about how I'm about to die.
So how did Big Ed
I don't
thrust
know.
for so long? He
Well,
thrusted for hours in those conditions. And he's not a healthy man.
no, God, no. I'm shocked that didn't take him out.
Like, and just even trying to think of the position. I can't
I
go
don't I
there.
don't want to. He's so gross.
So Big Ed was also featured. He has like 3 hot friends that are girls, allegedly. He went on his first blind date with someone his own age who was very pretty and she looked like Tara Reid, but like prettier, like more normal and, not to say anything bad about Tara Reid, but
Less work done, perhaps.
less whatever is going on there. Um, they took a limo to a haunted house, which honestly I thought was a pretty great first date idea because you get to cuddle, you can see if he's like protective of you.
That is a good idea. I like it.
Also, I forgot to mention, you know how he like got engaged for like a day at a
Yeah.
restaurant? He
Yeah.
did mention that about how it was serious, but then it went viral and she got scared. I don't know what to make of that. But in this case, the woman did say that she would go on another date with him. And it could be to get on TV, which begs a question like, would you go on a date with Big Ed to get on TV?
No.
Oh, okay. My follow-up question was going to be, how far would you go and would you get in a hot tub with him?
Okay, well, back at you.
I would go on a date with him to get on TV, definitely. And
Okay.
I would get in a hot tub with him because remember, like this isn't even about the date. It's remember on that some show they all got in a hot tub together and they were fighting and splashing each other.
With Big Ed, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was like a tell-all
So
in a
would you have
house.
gotten in the hot tub with him?
Yeah, if I
I
wasn't on
think
a date.
no, I don't think I could go in a hot tub with him on a date. I just meant in general.
Honestly, I don't know that I could even get in a hot tub with him with his shirt off. I don't think I could do. I don't think I could stomach it. Like, because we have a friend that considers hot tubs to be human soup, and I don't want to be in human soup with Big Ed shirtless
I mean,
with his bodily fluids. No.
I would do it to be on TV.
Well, you're
To be
braver
on
than
a
I.
reality show. Actually, I take it back because if I'm going to be on a reality show, I want it to be classier. I want it to be Bravo. I'm not that desperate. Maybe in my 20s.
Yeah.
But
No,
I'm mature. I'm mature.
we are mature for TLC at this point in our lives.
Put us on the valley, bitch.
Put you on the Valley, put me as a friend of on Jersey if it ever comes back. That's my new goal in life.
Okay. I guess I can hope for that for you.
Thank you. Any other
Anyway,
thoughts on TLC?
I don't think so. Should we set like a goal or an objective for next week? Like maybe just watch some Mormon Wives?
Yeah, definitely.
I
That's
think
my
that's a
goal.
safe goal.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll be as far along as you, but I'll try my best.
Well, we have a long weekend ahead. Are you gonna get any rotting in?
No.
None? What are you doing all weekend?
I'm booked solid. I'm going to be busy for the weekend, and I actually have to do some work on Monday, unfortunately.
No.
I do.
Are you continuing your bathroom renovation this weekend?
I will be in the bathroom, surely.
You'll take to the bathroom.
I will take to the bathroom. I won't be on the toilet, I'll be in the tub. So I guess, but
Tiling.
not rotting in the tub, tiling in the tub.
Tiling in the tub.
So
I have not a single plan for the whole weekend.
all 3 days?
All 3 days. I think actually, I'm on this low carb journey, on a fertility journey. I have PCOS and we're trying to figure that out. And so I'm allowing myself 2 cheat meals a month, and one of those is coming up this weekend. So I haven't decided if it's going to be Italian or sushi because I haven't had pasta or rice in a while. So it's going to be one of those, but I haven't decided which. So that's really the only thing I have on the books for the weekend. Maybe some
I
yard
think
work in our garden.
I think if it's not pasta, you'll regret it. I think it needs to be pasta.
I was thinking that too, but I will say, so I've tried a couple alternatives, and I tried like the chickpea pasta, and the lentil pasta really does a good job. The texture is pretty close, and it seems to be satisfying that craving pretty well.
Anyway,
So that's it. So
it's been a
hopefully
pleasure spending 7 hours with you trying to troubleshoot before we got here.
I've watched the sun go down in your room and is now dark in there.
I'm sitting here in the dark, sweating my ass off because I turned off the air conditioning, all in an attempt to make this work.
And we did. We
Did
did.
it? We did, to
We
quote
did.
Dorit.
We're
I don't
here.
know. The sun is actually still out. I just had to close the curtains because we thought that
It's
for
for the
some reason it
sound.
might help.
It did help. Anyway, we won't bore you with our technical difficulties any longer, and hopefully by next week we'll have that figured out. But in the meantime,
Hopefully next week it will be crisp and clear as I intended. And if it is not, just know it wasn't for lack of trying.
yeah. In the meantime, thanks everyone for rotting with us. We'll see you next week.